Hello again, I am Jim Bob and welcome back to JBPG City, our City Skylines mass transit playthrough. And I was just thinking to myself, it's been a while since we've had a disaster, and as I was thinking that, a tornado has touched down. Now, so far, actually, we seem to be quite lucky. It's damaged the freeway, as you can see. It kind of touched down on the edge of the freeway, and it's going the other direction, so I think we might actually get away with this one. Let's send out the repair crew. When I say send out the repair crew, let's repair it ourselves. Get the road back up and running again. Oh, it's turned. And it's heading straight for the it's turned again. It's heading straight for the interchange. Oh, this could be bad. This could be very bad. Let's crank the speed up a little bit. It's turned again. Straight through. It's going all over the place, isn't it? Luckily, it seems to be staying away from the city itself. We'll quickly get those repairs up in place, get the traffic moving again, although it might not be the safest thing to do, is to send cars into the potential path of a tornado. Lightning flashing there as well. Has this turned around, or is it just stalled?
A tornado has touched down in the area.
Oh no, that's it, it's gone.
Immediately if any is available.
So we got away with that really, really well, actually. That could have been so much worse than it really was. We do have a broken power connection over here. Why is that? Oh, it's because I've been reworking things. That's why. Let me just connect the emergency beacon back up that we haven't actually used yet. So, here is our new industrial park over here. Now, we're getting some complaints about lack of service and stuff, and that's simply because I've been playing around with the road network a little bit, and also we're now a little bit of distance away from the rail hub. So I am looking at, as you can see, we've got one set up here which is now quite busy, starting to throw a fair bit of traffic in. So it's kind of just readjusting to the new hub. You can see there the service complaint just disappeared. It's kind of getting used to the new hub and also the new road network. So I'll show you the changes that I've made. This is the changes that I've made over here. So the Lucas Loop hasn't been changed at all. That's still exactly as it was before. But as you come down here, you can see that the freeway now whizzes straight through here, all the way along like this, straight down to this roundabout just here. And then coming off here we have our off ramps. So you can see these are just standard road, one way, 2 lane, running all the way down here to this junction just here. And I might change these ramps to freeway roads. I haven't decided yet. And then the roundabout, which hasn't moved or been resized, this is exactly as it was. I simply changed this junction here. So I took out the original freeway connection and replaced one part of it with this dual carriageway road here. I actually need to change that. Let me do that right now. Upgrade. There we go. That should be that. There we go. So that then goes and splits, and that's the on-ramp / off-ramp for this section just here. Camera's kind of panning weirdly because of the antenna there. So that is the new look intersection here. So now traffic has got the option to just carry straight on over as it likes to do, and then when it gets here, it can join the freeway in that direction by going that way. It can join the freeway going in that direction by going down there, and then coming straight on comes to where the old industrial estate was. And as you can see at the moment, all that remains of it is the last remnants of Binney Street, which is going to get relocated, and our 2 power plants, and they're probably going to get relocated as well. And then I just upgraded this to dual carriageway all the way along here, joined it up with the initial junction here. There was a small roundabout here, that's gone, and has been replaced with just a standard, 4-way intersection like that. and then it comes down to here, and this is obviously the point where we'd put the initial kind of interchange in, and you can see here this one is very, very busy, so this is going to need a bit of a rework, a bit of a rethink. Not quite sure how I'm going to do this yet. What I might do is I might create a split that goes underneath and comes back up and rejoins over here somewhere, and then I don't know, I need to think about it, because it's not working properly at the moment. Traffic is piling up, as you can see, trying to get in here, and despite making this 2-lane, so far it hasn't worked. I wonder if making more of it 2-lane might help with traffic flow a little bit. It's also a little bit lumpy, as you can see. Most of the traffic that comes in seems to want to go to that direction there, but at the same time, look, we've got a right lane turn, and they're not using it. They're just going straight on instead. It's infuriating. So I almost think maybe I kind of need to upgrade that to 3 lanes to try and encourage, you know, traffic to turn in both directions. And there again, like you see, traffic just ignores the lane dedicated for turning right. It's frustrating, it's maddeningly infuriating when the traffic, it all wants to turn in the other direction, but it doesn't use the right lane. And here, look, see, it's coming in on the right-hand lane, and then it switches to the middle lane so it can turn, and doesn't use the lane that's dedicated purely for right-hand turn. It's so frustrating. The logic that the traffic uses is baffling sometimes. I just don't understand it. So it doesn't seem to matter what I do to try and sort this out. It just, you know, in terms of what road types I put down there, the traffic just behaves in the most bizarre manner that you can think of. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I don't know, maybe if I switch that back to single lane, and there we go, that seems to help a little bit. But again, we get that big queue because they're not using that lane there. What about if I switch back to 2-lane here? Again, look, see, it's just staying in the wrong lane to go into the wrong lane here. Absolutely baffling. Absolutely baffling. There's a lane that's dedicated for turning right only, and then there's a lane that's for straight on or left, and all the traffic goes in that lane and then turns right in that lane as well, because it's just so stupid. It's so absolutely bonkers. I think what I probably need to do is let's think about this. I think what I'm probably going to need to do is put another lane in here. Let's try and straighten this up. And turn this into a kind of a... that's not even straight, look, is it? Well, no, not really. If I run that along there like that, I don't mind if it de-zones that corner piece there. And then I'm going to need to take this up. I'm going to need to take that piece out. Draw that straight across, if I can. Let's draw that out a bit further. I have to temporarily just demolish that office. It doesn't want to go in a straight line, look. Why won't it go in a straight line? Well, as long as it connects, I suppose that's the important thing. Just make that straighter like that. take that out and see if that helps. That might cause more problems. Let's find out. Yeah, I need to make it one way as well. That's the other thing I need to do. So, let's pause again. Just trying this as a proof of concept. If I switch that to one way, change direction, flip that around, flip that piece there. Alright, that's going to confuse the hell out of the traffic that's on those roads. So I have to give it a second to let it all kind of shake itself out again. And now we've got traffic that's stuck, that wanted to turn there and now can't. So it's going to have to kind of either abandon the route, which is what I think a fair bit of it's done, or wait. And again, look, we've got this issue now. We've got a lane that's for turning turning right or going straight on. And we've got a road purely for going straight on, and it just sticks in the wrong lane. Maybe it's because that's too wide. Let's try reducing that down to 2 lane instead of 3. Is that going to make a difference to the traffic? Oh, we actually saw a couple of cars switching into the other. Nope, it's still doing it. Look. Maybe we're starting to get somewhere. And I think this would be the perfect place for us to build a proper diverging diamond. We're going to need to completely redevelop this section here. So Holly Heights is going to disappear. Probably going to have to take out this disaster centre, but put a proper diverging diamond in this space going across the freeway here to speed up traffic. So whereas this is kind of a bit of a diverging diamond, it's not a true diverging diamond. We'll actually build one for this section here. So, and we're going to need long off ramps. So I think we're going to have to remove our disaster response section here, move it somewhere else, because we're getting a lot of traffic coming in here. And actually, do we really need traffic to come in here anymore? What happens actually if I take this bridge out completely? This is just to see what happens to the traffic. So all that traffic there now should go straight over. And now it's turning around. It's going back that way. Which means, is it going to go that way? I've got broken power. How am I having power problems again? Still. I keep adding to my power. I mean, obviously the city's getting bigger. Maybe that's what's causing it, but... we have unlocked a nuclear power plant, so I think we need to think about installing one of those now, because we're getting huge, great big areas of the city just without power. So let's add one of those somewhere down here, I suppose. Find some space somewhere. It's a shame I can't rotate this around. To find a straight piece of road. Oh, it fits. There. The statue's in the way, but it fits there, so that means I could plonk it just there. Let's do that. Let's tear up those buildings just there, next to the monorail, and let's actually go and de-zone that little block on the end there, like that. There we go. So we've got a new monster power plant. And there we go. Now we're generating 2,000 power. And that'll go up in the daytime as well. So that'll sort that out. Now, as all the traffic cleared from here, it's kind of just moved the problem back here, look. So again, everything's now flooding into the Lucas Loop. And where's it going from there? Is a lot of it turning off? It is. And then kind of looping back around and going down this way again to get to this industrial park and also to our cargo hub just there. So we do really need to completely rework this, and we're going to build as I say, a diverging diamond. But first of all, let's relocate this. Now we've got one just over there, so I suppose put the other one over here. Somewhere, perhaps. Kind of like the idea of it perhaps sitting here near the freeway, so it can go out in all directions quite quickly. That does mean moving these. I'm going to plonk that there for now. That I'm just going to get rid of. Oh, now I've broken my power connection again. We'll come back and we'll fix that again in a moment. Let's relocate this building over here now. Oh, now it doesn't want to fit because of the road. Oh, it's so infuriating. It won't go that side. Okay, so it's going to have to go that side, which means everything that we've just moved on here, we're going to have to flip to the other side of the road. Okay, again, these are just temporary here, because we'll probably end up moving the helicopters over here as well. So let's relocate this to there. And let's put it that way so it's actually got a road to turn off on. Like that. There we go. So we have a disaster response unit over here. And this is actually probably a good place to have it as well, because we do have that risk of flooding along this riverbank just here. So I'm okay with that being like just there in that position. And we still have space to build our diverging diamond just there as well. So I'm going to pause. And I'm going to rip this whole section up here. Because it, you know, in its current guise, that junction just does not work. I'm going to take these pieces out individually, because otherwise they aren't going to play very nice with each other. I'm also going to take that part of Pecky Lane out. And that part. I'm just going to put a single 2-lane piece of road in just there, like that. Or, sorry, 2-way piece of road. Actually, let's make that, dual carriageway. Like that. There we go. So that just helps with traffic queuing a little bit better. Excellent stuff. Okay, if I wonder actually, could this be another instance where a piece of this road would work better, perhaps? Yeah, let's try that instead. So we can get 2 lanes coming out and then changing whichever direction they want to go, and then just 1 lane going in, because we've got a 2nd lane feeding in over here as well. Yeah, that could work. That could work quite well. Do need to... Oh, no, look. Oh, no, yeah. I need to move the police again. They're not going to fit where they are now, so I'm going to relocate this. That might fit somewhere else. Oh, look at that. It just perfectly fits on the edge. Oh, hang on, look. There is the police. I've got 2 police stations. that's too much. Okay, so we'll just delete that one. And we'll put that back where it was. On the corner. There we go. Okay, so now we need to take out this section over here as well. So a diverging diamond is essentially where the lanes cross over like this, but they do it on the same plane. They do it on the same height level, and then you have a traffic light sort of junction that controls the traffic moving. So we need to have bit of width. I'm going to have to take out half of Holly Heights here to be able to do this. So I'm going to take out this section of Holly Heights around here. Oops, don't take that out. Oh, I should have done this during the day when I could actually see what I'm doing. We'll clear these buildings out. We'll put a new piece of road in. Like that. Is that tram tracks? Did I just put in tram track? I did, look. Just put in 2 lanes with tram tracks. That's what I meant to put in. There we go. I wonder what was going on. So there we go. We've got some space now on either side. Now we've got our kind of feed road coming in here. That's okay. We can work with that. So what we want is... and we need to get this straight if we can, but straight with this, just to make things easier. So what I'm going to temporarily do is just downgrade some of this road here, just to get me the grid patterns like that. So I've got boxes to work with. Oh, they don't look straight. It's very strange. Alright, so I'll just do it on the one side. That'll give me enough, I think. I hope. I'll try to avoid using these ones here, because that does not look straight for some reason. I don't know why. It should be. Let's try putting it back in. Yeah, it's not, look. Spacing's different. That's why the spacing is different between the bridge there and between the actual roads over here. So it's bending it ever so slightly. See, it's absolutely straight. It's going at a slightly different angle, and then it kind of kinks around again. And both lanes do it. It's very bizarre. See, that's perfectly spaced there. And that's where it kind of just kinks a little bit. And then it'll kink just a little bit just there. I just want to have these straight grid lines. We can kind of correct it afterwards, but for this section here, this is where I want to have clean straight roads. So I need my center point to be... let's see, where's my junction? It's there, isn't it? So I want my center point to be about there, going straight across. Same on the opposite side. See, now these aren't straight either. Ah, so infuriating trying to get this to line up squarely. Okay, that might not be enough of a distance. I'll have to space them out a little bit more. There we go, that should be enough. Because I want to be able to put a road in between the two of them. Sort of about there. Which then does this. And links back up. And then that needs to then go across that way. What I also need is to have my off-ramps as well. So traffic's going to come in here, and this is where it's going to split. So traffic on this side of the road is going to split and go over this side, and then go over there. so that when it comes to this junction here, it can then just peel off and go straight down there. And then it'll get to here and it'll cross back over onto the other side of the traffic and carry on that way, so it can go back down there. We may need to rework this junction connection just here for that, but let's try and get this. It's not going to let me put that in. I'm going to have to guesswork this one, I think, by the look of it. Let's put this down on the ground. Just want to run that like that for a second. There we go. Now I've got my spacer line. How far of a distance do I need to go? I think there. Yes. There we go. So I had the basic shell of the Diverging Diamond, and now obviously I need to put the straight line on the other end. So that is the essential basicness of the Diverging Diamond. Obviously we need that piece to go, and that piece to go, and that is the basic framework. Except, you know, traffic is going to come in this way and go across here and then switch back to that way. So if I upgrade this road here like this will make it easier to see what I'm talking about. I need to go to change direction. Let's do this on a smaller piece of road. So that needs to be going in that direction. That needs to be going in that direction, like that. So there we go. So the traffic gets to here. It'll hit traffic lights, which we'll need to put in. Let's go to intersections. And we need traffic lights there, and traffic lights there. Traffic will stop at these lights, and then it'll peel off this way, go across here. Get to those lights, and when they're clear, it'll then go across and rejoin that side. And the opposite lane will do exactly the same. So get to there, go that way, get to here, and then go through that way. The whole point of our Diverging Diamond is to try and reduce head-on collisions with traffic where you're turning against the flow. So if we stuck to a normal kind of interchange and we just had an off-ramp from here going down there, traffic would have to go across the flow of traffic to get to the down ramp and rejoin the freeway there. Likewise, traffic coming up here that wanted to turn and go that way would have to go against the flow of traffic. Now with a Diverging Diamond, that can come up to here and then it can rejoin just there, and then it's going in the right direction that way, or it gets to this point here and it can then go the way it's supposed to. You know, it'll split. So now we need to kind of put in the other stuff. So this is where it gets a little bit trickier. So I need basically a ramp that's going to come down this way. I need to change my snapping options. Oops. Again, every time you reload the file. There we go. So that's current height. I want to drop it down one to about there. Now you can make these look very pretty with, you know, very nicely curved roads. I'm going to try and keep this as simple as I can. Oops. Just for the sake of simplicity. So let's go back to straight. So that's that side there, and then from here we need to take this down to the actual freeway itself. I want to have a long on-ramp because this could be quite busy. I'm going to need to some grid work again. There we go. So let's go back to straight. Again, it's not straight for some reason. I don't know why. Let's take that out like that. Take it to there. Take it to there. And there we go. We've got a nice gradual kind of rising. It's a gradual until it gets to that point there. Then it's very, very ugly. Let's rework that. That's also very, very steep. A bit too steep, really. Alright, let's just take that all the way down like that, perhaps. How's that look, height-wise? Again, it's a little clunky. Right, let's try something a little bit different. Let's try going... Actually, let's take that piece off there. Try and drag down to that point like that, if we can, in that general direction, and let's gradually step that down to say there. I had it for a second and there we go. Let's gradually step that all the way down and then just curve that in like that. We'll change the directions in a moment. Now we've got a nice smooth gradual rise over there. That's good. And then from here, I want something that's going to connect this way. See if I can take it from the centre. I might have to go freeform on this one. That could work. That might be a bit too big, but we'll see. Again, I want to try and have space for traffic to queue. And I need to be wary of widening these roads as well, a little bit, potentially. Right, so now I've done that side, I need to do pretty much the same on the opposite side. So this needs to have a down ramp. The down ramp needs to connect. I need to go straight again. From this point here. And I want that to kind of stop about there. Drop the height down like that. Curve that in. There we go. Okay, so this is very rigid in terms of its design. Very sort of angular and very straight. I mean, normally you would see these with beautiful sweeping curves. I just want to build something functional. And also, it's going to look a bit different compared to the other junctions that we've built. But now we basically need to duplicate this on this side here as well. So, again, I'm going to need to get some grid lines in. Just to help with planning. That should be enough. So, I want to start here. I want to come down to about here, by the look of it. Drop down to about there. And then curve on. Nope, I've gone a bit too far, I think. Let's see. So... These rings aren't going to line up squarely. That's going to make this a bit trickier. So let's see. From this point, I've got two. Let me see if I can figure this out. How far does it go before it needs to turn? Okay, so that lines up, so it's Oh, it's trying to snap again. There we go. So it's 2 and a bit. 2 and 2 blocks. So on this side, 2 and 2 blocks. This is the problem when you've got stuff in the way. It makes it very hard to judge distances. Take these buildings out. So 2 and 2 blocks is that. Oh, that's actually that's lined up exactly where it needs to be. So it's just this bit that's not going to work. Okay, so let's upgrade this bit. See if that helps. Oops, no, I don't want radio. Straight, there we go. It's trying to snap automatically. There we go. That's pretty much spot on. Matches the other side there. So from here, I need that to be up one piece, like that. And then that needs to be a straight line to there. There we go. And then simply curve to the right spot, which is there. You see why this can sometimes get quite frustrating. There we go. That's where I wanted to join. Okay. And now I need to basically duplicate this section over here. So like that. And there we go. We have what looks to be a real mess right now, but we have a diverging diamond. So we need to go in and we need to fix all these bits of road that we've kind of messed up a little bit. And this might not work. We may have to seriously play around with this, but in theory this should work. So let's go 3-lane highway along here. Try and get the actual bits of road. There we go. And then same in the other direction, and no doubt we'll have to flip direction on a few bits of road. Like that bit there. Did I actually ever fix the highway over here? Yes, I did, didn't I? I remember doing that now, and then wondering whether I'd made the right decision to do that. Let's change these slip roads. So let's go with 2-lane freeway coming up here, and then we'll split it here, and then we'll have 2-lane freeway going down there, 2-lane freeway there, and then there, and there. These will be single-lane slip roads. This will be... Oh, that's 3-lane. No, that is 2-lane. There we go. Let's do the slip roads. Doesn't want to let me upgrade that piece because it's going to put a support bridge on the highway. It's going to do the same there as well. Look. I hate it when it does things like this. I just want it to be a single slip lane. That's all I want. It wants to put in... Why does it want to do that? Let me see. Can I... What happens if I do that? Now I can. Is it going to let me change it back afterwards? That's the question. See, that one goes in fine now. There we go. That's sorted itself out. Okay, so we have are rather interesting and slightly ugly, but theoretically absolutely fine work-wise Diverging Diamond. Now we need to rebuild our road connection over here. Let's go freeform on this. Let's curve it round towards joining up the road just there, like that. Yeah, that kind of works. And we've got our junction over there. Alright, let's check directions. Because I'm sure these are going to be messed up, something rotten. So traffic's flowing this way, and then can come up the off-ramp. Join up there. Or turn there. There, that's all correct. That's correct. Traffic over here, that's correct, that's correct, that's correct. That's the wrong way round. And that is now... Oh, you're kidding me, I can't even change the direction on this piece of road. Ugh. Right, there we go. Ah, infuriating. Upgrades. Because now we need to replace that back to 3-lane highway again. And hope it's in the right direction. It is. There's no warnings. We'll sort out Holly Heights over here in a moment. For now, I'm just going to replace that piece of road with 2-lane, 2-directional road instead of one way. And let's see what happens. So we've got traffic lights here to control the traffic. And this traffic won't, it will just queue because, you know, the lane they want to get to is full. So I don't need to put traffic lights. Plus you can't get traffic lights in one-way roads like this. It just, you know, they just pause. You can see here, why is the traffic doing that? Why is it turning against the flow? That's very, very strange. Okay, so let's change our road type here to stop that from happening. So let's make this slow road. And that way traffic should use the slip roads because it's faster. And this is why I wanted long slip roads like this, so that traffic can queue. So there we go. Oh, it's getting really busy over here, look. Look at the traffic all queuing. Most of it wants to turn off. Oh, again, look, we are getting that go straight on mentality. Okay, well we can fix that by making this 6-lane like that. Let's do it there. So traffic has time to get into the right lane. Got to let this kind of sort itself out. There we go. So now we've got traffic that is all getting into the right lane. So we've got 2 lanes that will go straight over, and then 1 lane dedicated for turning off. I suppose we could just make this whole bit 6-lane road, couldn't we? There we go. And then we've got a dedicated left-hand lane, a dedicated right-hand lane, and a lane in the middle for whichever way they feel like going, which is probably just going to be go right or left, but very rarely straight on. So it gives them options. But there we go. That is a proper diverging diamond with the traffic crossing over itself with traffic light control. And are we getting stuff going up the freeway and then changing direction and looping back on itself? Not anymore. It is doing what it's supposed to do and taking the quickest route, which is this way and that way, because this is slow tarmac. This is just standard road. And these are slip roads, so these are faster. Oh no, we are still getting it happen. Look, that hearse has just tried to turn that way. Alright. Wish I could actually put no entry on for, choose, dictate that traffic can only go one direction. The other alternative would be to actually pull these slip roads back to here, which is something actually we could do. Let's try doing that. So instead of going there, we could pull the slip roads out to, say, here. Let's see if I take that piece out, and that piece out. I need to upgrade these now. See, we've got traffic coming up the wrong way here on that road. There we go. Now we can take that back down to 2-lane traffic, as it should be. But now we need to move the traffic lights. Oops. So there need to be traffic lights just there. Let's take those lights out. We're getting some real land value problems over here. We'll have to look into that in a moment. Traffic not really working as well on that side. Also, we've got that horrible kind of raised section. Let's try rebuilding it. Ooh, that looks very strange. It's not coming straight anymore, that's why. It's twisting slightly over there. See again, we've got traffic lights in the wrong spot. We have got traffic light. No, they're stop signs. Or one-way direction signs. I think we'll just go back to how it was. So let's take these bits out. I wish there was an undo feature when you get to build your roads like this. Make things so much easier. So if you do screw up, you can just undo the changes. So again, I need to create that straight line. There we go. That's better. and then that curves around that way. So let's repair what we've done. Like so. We'll make this our traffic light junction. We're going to have slow road connecting there, like that. We'll turn that back into slip road, and then we'll make sure that that is slow road there as well. So let's go to upgrade, make that slow road again to try and force traffic that wants to go that way onto the actual off ramp. Let's, while we still got the upgrade option, let's make this 6 lane. There we go. What else did I need to fix? Oh yes, I need to fix this slip lane here. There we go. Now I'm going to check my intersections again. So lights there, lights there. Let's put a stop symbol on the off ramps as they feed in. We're still getting traffic getting held up. Alright, those stop symbols aren't really helping. Well, they kind of are, because they're allowing, they're giving way for traffic to then leave the freeway. We kind of want, I suppose, to phase it the other way on this particular intersection. So let's switch these over like that. Let's give the on-ramp more priority over stuff that's going straight over, so we can keep the freeway clear. It's all building up, isn't it? Where's that sudden flurry of traffic all come from? I bet it's all traffic that's had to disappear and come back again because of the changes we've been making to the road network. Yeah, we're okay over here. We've got a bit of a queue to get up here, but it's not too bad. Bit of a queue to go that way. Again, not too bad. Can we upgrade this road? Not there, we can't. Is it just not high enough? Very bizarre. It's because of the buildings. No, it's because of the road underneath. Okay, so let me take that corner out. Let me upgrade that. Ah, yeah, it is too low, look. That's the problem. Okay, that's fair enough. We'll just bring these roads down like this at an angle. Can I then go underneath this way? Still too low. Yeah. Okay, so we'll just have those roads as little cul-de-sacs instead for us to actually get some buildings into. Just repair the zone damage that we've created. Okay. Alright, there we go. So, fantastic. We are able to... We've built the Diverging Diamond. We've fixed our kind of junction over here. It's going to need a little bit more tinkering, I think. I'll keep an eye on it as as the city runs in the background. And then where I need to make a change, I will do. So that's it for the building part of this. Now it's time to add in a subscriber name. Now I've had a request for the name of a solar farm, so I'm going to kind of have to create a little district here to do this, the same way that we did for the forest. But we're going to create a little solar farm just here. Like that. And what you'll also notice is that I've actually put in a little water feature that just kind of runs down into our little overflow reservoir here, just been as an experiment. It's actually been here for a couple of episodes now. I just haven't shown it yet. But I was watching a video by Gravecinder, on creating man-made lakes. Just popped up in my popped up on one of my sort of subscription feeds for some reason. I'd not seen any of his stuff before, and then someone else said you need to check out his waterfall tutorial, which I haven't watched yet, but I do plan to see how he's kind of done his thing a little bit different to me. But I created a little waterfall here, and we're going to call this Malachi Falls Wind Farm. So let's go into districts and rename. And this request is for Chris Moore. And we'll call it Malachi Falls because of the waterfall, and obviously it's a wind farm. But the request was for a Malachi, for the name Malachi on a wind farm. So there we go. We have Malachi Falls Wind Farm just here on this little waterfall here. But yeah, I will check out those videos from Gravecinder. He does have some really good tutorials. He's good for console players as well. He's an Xbox player, so I do recommend checking his channel out and having a look at some of his videos if you're interested in some kind of little DIY tutorials for City Skylines. It's not really something I've done, but he's got some really good little tutorials that are probably well worth a look. I'll be checking some of them out in a bit more detail over the coming days. So there we go. That is the end of another episode. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with another episode of JBPG City and our mass transit playthrough very soon.